pleasure to speak with you, especially because we're going to be talking about because to me, this event, this award is a personal favorite of mine. And one of the reasons why is because I have been reporting on this event and awards for, I would say, definitely over 20 years. I can remember when it wasn't getting that much love from media. And at times I felt like I was the only one that was doing that as somebody in broadcasting. But I've been able to watch this grow over the years. And I had the pleasure in the early 20, I think it was 2021, 22, somewhere around there. I could be wrong, 2020. Oh, sorry. No, 2012 or 2013. I should get my dates correct, where I had the pleasure of receiving one of these awards under media. So folks are wondering what I'm talking about. They can see in the background what I am talking about. Sir, as we speak, Saturday is when it's all happening. What event and award am I talking about, please?
We're talking about the prestigious Harry Jerome Awards put on by the Black Business and Professional Association. Really, it's really nice to be here. It's really nice to have this chat with an honoree yourself for media. So really, really a pleasure to be here with you today.
It's a pleasure to speak with you. You know, I've never had a chance. I've always spoken with folks from the Harry Jerome Awards, but the Black Business, I've never had a chance to speak to somebody from that side. For folks who don't know what your organization is, please explain that, please.
So the BBPA, the Black Business and Professional Association, we're a 41-year old organization advocating for and creating equity for Black-owned businesses and professions across Canada. We're a national organization. We were founded by a group of Black business people led by Denham Jolly, the great Denham Jolly, 41 years ago. And we produce the Harry Jerome Awards. And, you know, over the years, we have been known a lot for the Harry Jerome Awards, but we do much more than that. We like to consider ourselves much more than the Harry Jerome Awards. We have 20 other programs that we provide to Black businesses. We have scholarship programs. We have support and resourcing programs where we help businesses, give them the support services that they need to accelerate. We've got a myriad of different programs that I can spend all day talking about, but I know you want to Harry Jerome Awards.
Well, let's talk about that for folks who don't know who this incredible person is that this award is named after. Who is Harry Jerome?
So Harry Jerome was an all-time Canadian athlete who rose to the heights of his career and really was an example of what we call Black excellence in our community. And, you know, when we started the awards 41 years ago, and I shouldn't say we because I was just a little toddler, but when the awards were started, it was actually to celebrate athletes, Black athletes, in its first inception. And as the organization grew, we started to kind of look at our community across Canada and find people were nominated with who had excelled in different areas, business, sports and athletics for sure, and leadership generally in our community.
And don't forget media. Never forget media.
And, you know, and I'm gonna just jump in right there and say, you know, this year's recipient is Andrea Case from CTV, which really I know you know very well. So media is always a very, very important part of what we do.
I am so happy for her. You know, it's people don't realize this because when I look at some of the names, and we're going to talk about them, some of the names when you see like hers, you kind of say to yourself, how did she not get this award years ago? I remember when I finally was called and told that I was going to receive that award and how shocked I was because I was always up for it, but you know, it took a long time to get it. It's people should realize it's not an easy thing, and it's not just oh, they should get it, because to choose, there are so many great examples of Black excellence in each category.
Oh yes, you're right. You're right. Every year, every single year, it is a tough. Our nominations committee goes through a tough time trying to select. Nominations come from across the country. We've actually had nominations from across the world. For yes, yes, and so they go through a tough time going through each nomination and ensuring that they do their due diligence before we present of the award. Last year, we actually had a special award, which was the international award that went to Mia Mottley, Prime Minister of Barbados. So it's an exhaustive process, and I'm happy that we're almost here.
You also mentioned something when you talked about international, because people should realize too, when it comes to the award ceremony, which we're also going to talk about, dignitaries across Canada come from the top to all sources.
Yes, yes. Actually, this year especially this year we're delighted to have Lieutenant Governor Dowdeswell who would be joining us. We have politicians from across the aisle. We have people from dignitaries from across the world, from the missions, from the foreign missions, all attending and all looking forward to this event.
Let's talk about, you named one of them, a good friend of mine. There are actually a couple of good friends of mine too that are going to be receiving awards. Who are some of the names? I know we can't name all of them because there's so many, but who are some of the people who are going to be receiving this prestigious award?
Well, my friend and your friend Spider Jones would be our lifetime achievement award winner. We have Andrea Case that I mentioned. I'm pleased. My organization, the organization that I founded and run, will be giving the young entrepreneurs award to just a brilliant young man from out east, Sean Richards. We also have Emma Todd, brilliant businesswoman who will be receiving the Professional Excellence Award. And last but not least, I want to mention our good friend, Rick Gosling, who will be receiving from the Children's Breakfast Club, who has done a lot of work in the Black community and really is an ally, and he'll be getting the President's Award this year.
You almost feel like, I know as somebody who has received this award, still got my pin too, just so you know. You almost feel like your career isn't fulfilled. And maybe that's the wrong word to say, not fulfilled, but you don't want your career to end without a Harry Jerome Award. It is such a stamp. I know how I felt about it. Past recipients, what do you hear what they say about it when they find out that they've received this award?
I gotta tell you, it's not only what they say, is what you see, right? We've had many recipients who are doing amazing things and really doing great things in the community and outside of the community. Always mention the Harry Jeromes as a highlight in their bios when they speak. People generally feel inspired, but not only inspired to receive the award, but being able to impact so strongly on the next generation. Like earlier I said, we have a scholarship award. We give scholarships to students, and we gave 105 scholarships this year. And those students, some of them will be attending the Harry Jerome Awards, and they would be able to look on stage and say, I can be that too. And that's the inspiration. That's what we want to create as a community.
Over the years when I would attend as a reporter, that's how I felt. When I would see the speeches happening, I would say to myself, one of these days it's going to be me walking that aisle and receiving that award. And it finally did happen. Let's talk about the ceremony itself, because as we speak, we're basically 24, I would say 30 hours away from the ceremony, because it happens on Saturday. And this is when this interview will be posted. What is going to be happening? Where is it going to be? Because again, when we're talking about excellence, again, this is what it's all about.
Man, it's at the Beanfield Center, downtown Toronto. and we're going to be welcoming many, over 1,000, people to this event. And
Because it's sold out, if I'm correct.
it is absolutely sold out. And I don't even want to talk about the numbers. Last I heard was, it's over 1,000, Ross. It's over 1,000. So it could be 2,000, 3,000, but it's over 1,000. But we're gonna, the event is gonna, we're gonna have the red carpet. We're VIP. We have VIP tables that are sold. We're the first to sell out. VIPs will have the opportunity in a very, very exciting way to have this, to pick up their swag bags. We have a VIP section. On the night, we're going to be entertained, and this is very, very different from most recent times with the Harry Jerome Award. We're going to be entertained by an opera singer, Black opera singer, right? And we're gonna also be entertained by Steph November, which puts a different spin, because typically when we come out as a community, we have more traditional our music, R&B and that sort of thing. This time we're going with the opera, so we're going classy, extra classy this year with the event. So I'm truly excited, as you can tell, and really, really looking forward to kind of seeing Black excellence.
I don't know if you knew this or not, or remember, I actually co-hosted the Harry Jerome Awards the year or two after I had received it. So I know how prestigious it is. I know how much fun it is. The night just flies. When you look backstage, you see all the awards sitting there, and they just start moving fast. I'm just curious, because I remember when I had mine given to me, I didn't give a speech because everything was told on screen. How are you going to control the speeches? Because if you got Spider Jones up there, Spider could be talking, till about 3 a.m. before it can wrap up. And that's love to Spider, but Spider loves to talk.
Well, Spider was a boxer and he had a coach, so all we have to do is just coach him.
I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait for this. For folks who want to learn more about the Harry Jerome Awards, or maybe next year, submit, because this is the 41st. Next year is the 42nd. If people want to submit next year, they want to be interested in being involved in the organization, what can they do?
So keep an eye out on our website, harryjeromeawards.com. We are on Instagram, BBPA, at BBPA on Instagram. BBPA.org is our website. You just keep tuned into us. We usually early in the year or late this year, we'll probably launch nominations. So keep a lookout for that, and keep looking around the community for people that are making impact, and nominate those folks. And to the people that were nominated that didn't get the award this year, I want to say they were great people as well. We really, really had a hard time. So some of those people will hopefully be renominated next year and get involved. And Rudy, we gotta get you back on stage. So I'll have your people call my people, and we can make something happen.
I would love to return. I will give 2 pieces of advice for folks who are watching this. Number one, you're absolutely right. I mean, I submitted several years before it finally did happen. It's just about timing. It has nothing to do with you personally. It's just sometimes somebody is at the right time for it. So keep submitting, because it can happen. Absolutely can happen. And the other thing is, for the folks who are going down, get there early and park, because if you don't, you're going to have a hell of a time. I will say that right up. Unless you're going to Uber it, get there early and park. Trust me on that.
And I got to say, Uber would be best, because we have an amazing after party. So make sure you bring your dancing shoes, because it's gonna be a party. I'll leave you this last note from last year. When you talk about speeches, I had the opportunity to give the President Award last year to a young lady, and when she was coming, so the music played, and she's coming down, and she's dancing her way to the stage. And I'm standing there. It's my first year as chair of the board. And I'm standing there and she's coming on the stage. I said, Ross, what do you do? Well, I'm not going to let her outdo me. So I started dancing too. I started dancing on stage right into the after party. So come prepared to have a good time and celebrate Black excellence in Canada.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you so much. Have a great time. And for me personally, thank you for my award. Thank you for the recognition. Thank you for having something like this across Canada where we can look up to each other for inspiration, because that's what the Harry Jerome Awards is all about. As you said, Black excellence. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you, Rudy.